Hello everyone, welcome to and welcome back to the Chi Naija Sewing Space. Now, this is the third and final part of our Ankara gathered maxi skirts, let's call it so long or tutorial, okay? Now, this top, see there with the, what's it called, the raglan sleeve and these details, I made to go with the Ankara maxi skirt. So if you stay to the end, you see me giving you guys a little bit of a twirl with the outfit. And let me know if you enjoyed it, maybe we could make this a thing. Yeah. And love you guys. Thanks to everyone who has watched, commented, subscribed, told your friends. I love you guys so much. On to the tutorial. Okay, you guys. This part, we're like at the home run now, so this part is it's kind of important. Let me see. Right? Okay, now this is our skirt, right? The lining has been put on at the back, right? Now, if you look here, you can see all these pins, and I'm ready to explain them to you now. So what happened was, I got the side seam of the lining to match up with the side seam of the skirt, right? So you pin them together on both ends. And mind you, I've been neglecting to tell you this, do not cut your threads. This is not the time to cut the tails of your threads, okay? So, like I said, I pinned them together. You see? It's the side seam here, and this is the side seam here. Now, you can see all this fabric left, right? From the lining. This is ordinarily, whatever you do to your main fabric is supposed to do to your lining fabric. So these should have been gathered as well as the main fabric of the skirt. But I felt like, personally, to be too much volume for me. So I am only going to do pleats, which is what I have done here, right? So you pin here, then you get a measuring tape and measure round your waist circumference divided by 2, right? So that's how long the front of the skirt has to be. Okay. You fold the lining and pin, because I'm, like I said, I'm doing pleats. So I pleat the lining, sit here and pin, pleat and pin to the main fabric. This way, the gathers in the skirt won't move, right? So that you get your correct measurement, okay? So now I am going to do the same thing. I've done the one for the front. Now I am going to do the same thing for the back. And this is why I said, do not cut off your thread tails, because you need them. You see, like spots like this happens. And I have this much thread tails because, I don't know, this thread I'm using, it kept on breaking. So I had to stop and start again. That's why I have this much thread tails everywhere. But even then, you have spots like this, right? When you're sewing, I call them bald spots. But yeah, whatever. So spots like this, don't panic. You just separate the tails and you can pull them back again. Okay? And if for whatever reason it still doesn't, you can just take your hand and create a gather. Okay? So now I'm going to do that while you guys are watching. And I'm going to do one or two with you guys watching. So, like I said, measure from this side, and we know this side is the middle, right? Measure from that side, measure the waist of the skirt. Okay, and what mine is supposed to be. Mine's supposed to be 17 and quarter, but here we're reading 20. So I'm going to pull the gathers tighter till I get to 17. Okay, so that's what I'm doing now. I know it seems like a lot, but trust me, the skirt will look fabulous. Not even fabulous, your skirt will fit by the time you're done. You don't want a skirt that doesn't fit. That's like, what was the whole point? Okay, so I really need to gather this. And I hope it's not hanging. Okay. Okay, let's measure again, see how much I've taken in. Okay, this is 18 now. So all that's left is 3/4 inch. And like I said, these ball spots that we have, I can just do that with my hand and pin them up, and it'll be fine. So as for the lining, like there's no hard or fast rules. You just create a pleat wherever you want to. And because I had a ball spot here, I feel like I should put a pleat there and a pin to hold everything together. Okay, so I can find the pin like this. Okay, so pin that. Okay, so that's stay put now. And there's still this pleat, so I feel like I can't just do a big pleat here. So maybe I'll let this out and do one pleat here first. Okay, do one pleat here. Then hold this here, do another pleat here. So there's just the one pleat that will be here. Okay, so I'll do another pleat here. Then I'll gather these ball spots again. Do the pleat and pin it. Now I'll just do the same thing to this side. So now that I'm all done with this side, I will measure it again. I'm all done with this side now. I'll measure it again. I'll measure the back again to see if I need to, take more in or loosen everything, or just to check. Always double check. So I've done everything now. It's the same length. I mean, it's the length it should be, right? And also I want to say, because the back is quite tricky, so just make sure that you're not giving too much space on this side of the zip than this side of the zip. You want everything centralized, really. Okay? You want everything centralized. All right, so now we will go and sew like above this line that we made. This is the 1/2 inch line that we made. This is our sewing line. So we'll go and sew a stay stitch. A stitch is just something that will hold the lining and the skirt fabric together so that it doesn't move around anymore. Since we have measured everything and everything is okay, right? So I don't know if you guys can see it, but I have sewn the stitching line right around the skirt. Okay, so now we can treat this as one fabric, and none of the gathers will move anywhere anymore. They'll just stay put. So ta-da, now is the time you cut your thread tails. Okay, now is the only time you should cut them, because up until now you might need them for something. So now that we're done snipping our thread tails, right, everything looks like this. We'll keep the main skirt aside and focus on our waistband. Yay, we're almost there. So like I said before, 2-inch waistband, 1/2 inch fold on the inside, and it's being interfaced, the very light interfacing. So now what you do is you fold it in half, because we need to get the center point, right? And I'm going to use a pin to mark where the center is. Now I have pinned some parts of the waistband to the skirt, just to give you guys just to give you guys an idea of how things are supposed to look. Now, with the waistband for a skirt, we're going to use the hook and eye closure. And for the hook and eye closure, let me turn this right side so that you can better see what I'm talking about. Now, for the hook and eye closure of a skirt, there's two things you need to take into consideration. When you get to the back, right, to this end, one edge of the waistband has to finish with the end of the zip, right? So I'm going to go now and sew this up, and this how it will look finished, right? It's going to end like this. Then the other side has to extend by 1 inch, at least 1 inch minimum, right? So this side is gonna be in here like this, but it's going to go past 1 inch, and this is where you would put the hook, and this is where you would put the eye, so that they can hook and stay in place, right? So you need to take that into consideration when you are cutting your waistband. Okay. So, like you can see my ends now, I've sewn them up, and literally all I did, I'll open this one up so you can see. All I did was sew a straight line down, then I trimmed it down, right? I trimmed it down, took this out, and folded here back up. So I did the same thing for both ends. You can see it's nice and smooth. So now I'm going to pin this all around the skirt like we discussed, and I'm just going to do a top stitching. So there's another. So as you can see, I have pinned my waistband all around, and a couple of things to note. Like I said, one flap has to go over the other, and they have to be equal, like on the same level. You have to look at them and know. And yeah, so now we just sew right around. I think I'm going to sew even here, just a nice top stitching. And if you're not confident about sewing it like that, you have to hand baste, okay? Hand baste, and just take it gently, one stitch at a time. Don't rush. If you have a machine that has speed control, you put it on the medium speed. So now I'm just gonna sew this up and get back to you guys. So you guys, I think we're done, because as you can see, the waistband has been sewn on, right? This is what the inside looks like. Right? All that's left now is to attach your hook and eyes, hem your sew up your hem for your main fabric and for your lining. Et voila, you have a skirt, a gathered maxi skirt. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I hope you try out, I hope you take a stab at sewing this maxi skirt and posting your makes and letting me know. But yeah, thank you guys. Pictures at the end. Bye.